Welcome back on my product design channel, friends and family. How's everyone doing today? And for my new aspiring product designers. So, this is my channel, and today we're going to talk about life after boot camp. I'm going to do a whole series about life after boot camp. Whether you finished, whether you withdrew, whether you just decided that it wasn't for you, I'm going to talk to you about what do you do after boot camp, because everybody's all in the boot camps, beginning, all in the boot camps, actionable. What happens after boot camp in any type of category, right? So, this is life after boot camp. This is how I got a UX design role. Okay? And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Be patient. A lot of people want to know what happened with my background with the Lambda School program. I'm going to do a separate video on that. I don't want to muddy the topics, so I'll talk about that later. Right now I'm just going through my career and pursuing more product design opportunities. So this is how I got my UX design role. Basically, there was an app called Career Karma, and while I was in the boot camp, I used to hang around Career Karma and watch their workshops, and they were talking about a lot of things that I have rung up in the career section of the boot camp, about how we're all doing the same work, so we're going to look like a cookie cutter portfolio. You know, how do we distinguish ourselves from everyone else in this cohort or prior cohorts before us? Nobody had an answer. But Career Karma, the workshop was talking about, Career Karma did a workshop about breaking into startups. And basically they laid it down for you. So go to Career Karma, watch the videos about breaking into startups, how to get your first job in tech. I think that's what it's called. But anyway, they break it down for you. They even have a template and everything. So I got to give a lot of credit to them. They break it down for you, and I just followed that, you know. I maybe did a little bit more, because what I did was I found various companies, startups, freelancers, and I wouldn't even hit them directly at first. I would just engage with them on LinkedIn, comment on their post, show support for their post. If I really liked the post, I would reshare it on my timeline. And if they responded, then we can start a rapport. Sometimes I've even gone as far as emailing people. And if they responded, then we can build a rapport. And then I follow up with that on social media. And it takes a little while, you know. I'm a patient individual. I believe in playing the long game. But, you know, 5 or 6 weeks after that, you know, and they recognize you, you can approach them. I would say approach them and say, hey, I'm a UX designer. I have a UX design background, because there's really no such thing as a UX designer. UX design is something we do. It's not who you are, but that's a whole nother video. But anyway, say, hey, I have a background in UX design, and do you have anything that I can do to help you out? You know, anything I can do to support you in your endeavor, let me know. Or if I can take on some extra workload, let me know. I can do all the tasks, all the way up to whatever your limitation is. And mine's is, I don't really have a limitation. I can do all the tasks all the way up to wireframing and conceptual UI, and I can do mock-ups, you know. So that's what I did. And I found a company called Inclusion, and the CEO, me and him, we started a little rapport. His name is Jabril. I hope I'm saying it right. We started a rapport, and he was like, hey, I would love to have someone like you as I'm building this team, as I'm building this development team for Inclusion. And he brought me on, put me into the Slack channel, joined me up with a lot of things that he uses, a lot of applications. I in turn introduced myself to everyone and added, and I created a Figma board that I got him in on to show him how that product design portion comes into play. That's my domain. And right now I'm working on some really great UX design things. UX design, how you say, no, let me back it up. See, I always get myself confused with all of this. I am designing a feature for inclusion, and then we're going to do UX design on that feature. So what that means is I have an idea for a feature, right? Okay, now we got to do the UX design, the user experience design of the feature, which is where we do all the components of personas and matrices, affinity mapping, site mapping, interviews, surveys, user testing, etc., and then we redo it all over again. So that's what I'm working on right now. And what it's going to do is, if it works out, it's going to allow clients to be able to get a freelancer started on their project a lot quicker and save them a lot of time. So I don't think I mentioned this. Inclusion is a freelancer marketplace for people in tech and other freelancers of color, so that corporations like FANG companies and other corporations, or even other startups who want to really diversify their staff immediately, they can just go on this site and they can just pull and plug people in. No more of this is not any black designers. No more of this is not any black devs. No more of that stuff. So inclusion does that. It's like the diversity version of Upwork. And so me being a practitioner of Upwork, I have a lot of insight into how to really make a freelancer site work for both clients and freelancers. But right now I want to do something for the clients, because the freelancers are there, they're going to come. Especially if the clients are able to come to the site and hire expeditiously freelancers, more freelancers to come. So you really want to do a feature that is targeted towards the client, and that's what I have. So that's how I got my first role, you know. That's really how I got my first UX design role. Just basically doing what you do every day on social media, but for a purpose. See, a lot of you are already on social media, liking videos and commenting on videos and watching videos on Instagram or whatever, but those people aren't giving you any engagement at all. But yet you put your time into it, you know. You have to do the same thing for your profession, professionally, and that's what I'm doing. Professionally, I'm reaching out to people. I reach out to people and I engage with them. I don't even present what I want. I'm against doing the cold intro. I would save that for networking. I would save that for if you got the same networking event as the person, but not over social media, because they kind of get the cold thing all day long. If they get the cold thing all day long, you're just going to be part of that pile. You got to show them how you think. Do you think the same way they do? What insight do you have into what they're saying? You know, what feedback can you give them? What criticism can you give them that's going to help them expound on what they're already doing? So these are the things that are important. So I'm losing my light, so I got to go. That's all I got for today. Peace.